This is Unique Radio.
From the Jacob Javits Center, site of the 2017 New York International Auto Show.
Follow us on social media at We Unique Radio. That's We Unique Radio.
So check it out, everybody. We back here on We Unique Radio, and I got a special guest and dear friend of mine. Came all the way out here. My man, Craig Campbell from Orafol Americas. What's going on, Craig?
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How was the trip up here?
Not very uneventful, which is nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Did you hit a lot of traffic?
I don't know what you guys do in this town to create so much traffic. I think y'all do it on purpose, just so the cabbies can make more money, or the Ubers can get longer rides, or something. Man, it's incredible. For the hour, what was it? Hour and a half from the airport. It took me hour and 45 minutes from the airport to downtown last night. Man,
so for another probably about another hour, you could have been to Savannah.
Yeah,
big shout to Delta.
That's right.
It could be in and out.
JetBlue.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're
No connection.
So, we're excited to have you here. Obviously, we're here with Jim, and he's behind the boards.
I'm here.
Yep.
Very excited to have Craig in studio for the first time.
This is a special moment, and we are in New York Auto Show mode. We have a big show. We have the wide-body Corvette Z06 for FLEOA. We're raffling that off, and we're going to be raffling that off in May in D.C., and it's a great cause. We're giving back. You've been a supporter of Unique since the beginning, and it's been a great relationship, and now we have this special Unique colors. And please explain to everyone about the partnership that we have. And I told everybody, they can't believe it. I said, yeah, it sold out very quickly, but I'll let Craig tell you that.
No, yeah, it's been outstanding. But no, yeah, partnership wise, man, it's been great for so many years. 10 years now, probably
over that.
Yeah, I know. Cali, back in even some of the Miami days, I think, whenever we first met, maybe. But no, we've really enjoyed the time so far. Especially the collaboration. I think even more so, the show aside and everything else, really kind of collaboration on obviously everything for this particular market for us. It's been tremendous. I mean, it's been successful for us, to say the least. But like you said, yeah, when we first came out with these Unique colors, man. So we released them on a Thursday evening, I think at about 4:00 to our resellers. Friday morning we came in and we were sold out.
Wow!
So they were gone within an hour or so.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to see that facility. When I went to Savannah, I was like, wow! Look at these rolls of vinyl.
Again, we've enjoyed it, but going back to your visit, we didn't tell anybody you were coming.
Oh,
and
wow.
we did it on purpose. we the close group of people that you had there, they knew. We didn't tell anybody in the factory because we wanted to get some of that real reaction as we were videoing some of that.
Yes.
And it was interesting, even for me. I was like, wonder how they're gonna receive this, because whenever we first made the announcement that we were going to be collaborating on the show and stuff like that, and I think the first time it aired, we knew when that episode was going to be. We blasted out to the company, hey, check it out. Uh-huh. And a lot of the people, but I never really got feedback for how many people in the building or associated with us actually watched the show. But to see them like, yeah, I see you on TV all the time. So for them to see that reaction, that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
The shipping and receiving, I was like, listen, man, make sure you give us love.
I
put a lot of pressure on Craig. I'm like, yo, we need this special color for Eric Estrada's color. We need it tomorrow.
Right. No.
So they got guys running around for this color.
How many people wanted you to do their car? Like every other person was.
Yeah,
like...
I have to send actually a transporter truck just to pick up about 10 cars. Everyone said, listen, Craig's got me. I'm like, okay, no problem. Right. I was like, Craig, listen, I'm just going to send a transporter down there, send mics down there, and let's load it up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got plenty of work for the whole
car
year.
Carrier.
Yeah.
I said, either that or we would set up the second floor. Maybe we'll just set up a nice restyling center.
There you go, right in the second floor.
Absolutely.
So what's the new, I know that we were talking about some new colors when I was up there. We definitely want to do some pearls. I got to say, well, tell us a little bit about the 3 colors that we have now.
Yeah, so the first 3, which you named, And you can never remember the. You can't
Of course, I remember.
Do you remember? You remember
my
the
favorite
name,
one? My favorite one, obviously, is the Red Imperial, the matte red.
The matte red.
But we have obviously
as he gets a cheat sheet in
yeah,
front of
the Sunset Shift is amazing, and obviously the Black Galactic Gold, which is I think the Sunset Shift is a real. I might have to put that on the Hellcat. But I think we did already that at the auto show in SEMA, so I might want to do something.
I think the Challenger got the Sunset Shift.
Yes,
it did. But you know what? We did that on there. I can't remember if Chop put that. If that car got back and they fully wrapped it or not. I'm not sure 100% what they did. But
I think Chop said they fully wrapped it.
They did in the
Chop. Yep.
Okay.
He's doing some big things.
Because this one, the one we did the matte Imperial Red, the 2-door, it sold. What did I say? 4 days.
Yeah,
the car sold in like 4 days.
That car sold quickly.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Oh my God, it turned out so good.
That car sold because obviously our color.
Right, exactly.
That's right.
But one of the things that I want people to realize is one of the benefits, one of the extreme benefits to the Orafol product is it really looks like paint.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've seen. Listen, we're in the industry. We've seen so many wrap jobs. Right. You can tell a wrap from a paint job usually.
Yeah.
I knew this car got wrapped, and when I showed up to the floor, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was paint. I'm like, did they make this into a paint color, or is this a wrap? I mean, it's that good. So that, to me, that's what really stands out to these products.
Yeah, and so that's that's the mentality behind it. I mean, we obviously it's from a production standpoint, the films themselves, we come up with ideas like we say, hey, we want to do this idea in color, but the actual development of that color, the drawdowns, if you will, and the casting, everything, it happens over in our factories over in Germany. And you say, hey, we need a film that looks like paint. They're not going to go, okay, we're going to get it close to paint. That's not the German engineering way. They're like, it's going to look better than paint if we have anything to do with it.
And that's supposed to be like that. I mean, if you're going to not make it look like better than paint, then what's the sense? I mean, so obviously if you make it look better than paint, then you're going to want to wrap the vehicle more.
Absolutely.
You want the colors to pop. They want them to be vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want all of that. And that's what we've been having with the product with Orafol.
What's been interesting since we launched this color, still nobody can duplicate. Imitation's the finest form of flattery, obviously. So it's been interesting ever since we came out, especially with this color. We've seen several people try. We've seen some stuff go like way out. Our competitors have come out with some colors that are like,
oh, so you have that in your business too?
Yeah, but they're trying to. It's funny to watch the game just continually to step up in the rap side of things, which is it's great. I mean, for the overall look, the idea is to grow the whole industry for people out there to look at wraps as a true alternative to paint. I mean, that's the idea. So if you don't like that color in 3 years, you pull it off and you put a new color on. If you paint it, you're kind of stuck with it for a while.
Yeah, that is true.
I think it also gets other people into the market. Let's say if you're leasing a car, for example, you're not going to paint that. You can't do it.
Right.
But you can wrap it, so you can customize really the vehicle that really doesn't even belong to you, and you can make it your own style.
Yeah, absolutely. Even on the commercial side of things, I mean, that's how these colors started out. Is they started out as commercial applications. So, think of a fleet of blue trucks, for a local plumber or something like that. Hey, don't print blue, don't print laminate blue. Just take this blue color and cover the whole car and pull it back off.
Hey,
so
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
What have you been to the auto show yet this week?
No, I haven't been over. But try to get over there. Maybe this afternoon to go walk around a little bit. Maybe
some good stuff.
Yeah, hopefully in the morning we'll see. But no, we're excited to be partnering up with that as well. The cause is awesome. I mean, I can't think of a better cause for raffling off that Corvette. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, for the fallen officers, families and stuff.
Exactly.
So
yes.
I just think that there's a lot. It's a lot of excitement in the city. Got that new Fast and Furious movie out.
Yep.
Comes out this Saturday.
New York is car crazy right now.
Yeah, it is. The city's lit. It's sunny out.
Yes, beautiful weather.
People are really starting to feel the fever.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of new exciting cars at the auto show. I didn't get to walk the whole show because we were busy setting up the booth, but I can't wait to get there tomorrow morning and really walk around. And it's always great. I mean, obviously, if you're in this business, in this industry, you got to have a passion for cars.
Yeah.
And this is just, I went by Lexus. I went by Caddy. Man, by the way, Caddy, they have a nice spread there. they always feed you well. Right? You know, they want to make sure that the press is really taken care of. I gotta say, I mean, you know what? They're like,
they do a good job.
They do a very good job. They had everything that you can imagine. They had the wine, they had the beer, the nice bottled waters. I mean, the sandwiches, the salads. I mean, they always throw a nice spread. Big shout to Cadillac. You know, they do. They always take good care of me. But BMW also and Mercedes, I mean, our booth is located at where, Jim?
We're at booth 1615 on the first level.
First level, and it's not too far from, I think we're in front of the
BMW,
and also on the side of the Mercedes trucks.
That's correct.
So it's a great location.
We're in a great spot.
I think that, you know, everyone always comes to see BMWs, and they also come to see Mercedes and all the other beautiful cars out there as well, the Dodges. And, you know, I don't want to leave anybody out, but
Lexus.
There's a million manufacturers. But I think that we have a great location in between those two industries.
Great location.
Yeah, they're new models. I know. I mean, because I've seen a few of them pop up, but I know Lexus is doing a brand new. Some new model, but I know Dodge is doing new models. Are they?
Oh man, the Dodge has this it's called the Demon. It has 840 horse.
Oh my gosh,
Challenger.
I mean, where are you gonna drive that thing? I mean, you're gonna get a ticket for sure. You better make sure you're a police officer.
Dude, that's why I didn't drive the cars from SEMA. That's why I didn't drive them off the lot. I mean, there's no way I'd get out of there without getting a ticket.
A lot of the questions that we get from a lot of consumers is how do they preserve the finish of the vinyl wrap? Can they bring it to car washes? These are the questions that they always want to hear.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, like they want to hear these answers. Like, how do they preserve the wrap? Can you bring it through a car wash?
Yeah.
And can you wax it?
Right.
Things like that.
So no, good question. You're right. We get that, especially at SEMA when you unveil a car, like Jim said. When you unveil it, not only did they wrap outside of the car to make it look cool, but when you open the hood and the trunk, everything was wrapped on that car. They wrapped the inside of it. So they're like, man, this, how do you treat it that way? So we actually make a care and maintenance kit. Orafol makes one. It's a care and maintenance kit. We have one for, depending on what finish you have, it's gloss or matte. So you kind of pick which one you're going to have. And really that maintenance kit will get you through pretty much the life of your wrap. I mean, it's very highly concentrated shampoo for the car. It's got a spot cleaner, a spot detailer. And then a really intensive cleaner too. So say if you get water spots, a lot of people, especially on matte films, they really worry about water spots, especially in our area. We got really hard water. So I said water.
Water. Is it like an acid ring or?
Yeah. So
like
no,
those little rings, the little dry rings.
So
right,
you get a little dry ring. So if you're washing your car, and especially in the Southeast, if you don't have a water softener connected to your house, and it's going to leave some type of, if you don't get it clean, get the water off of it immediately, it's going to leave those calcium deposits and everything like that, which over time can build up, and you see it on the windows and everything. So this intensive cleaner we have will take that right off. I mean, immediately we'll take those water spots off, which is not something that is easy to do with a wrap. I mean, you got to be really careful. So you mentioned waxes, stuff like that. We actually don't recommend you use any type of carnauba based wax. Silicone waxes, if you're going to get something off the shelf, stick with like a silicone wax. That's better. Car washes, we really don't recommend, just because you never know with the angle. I mean, how often do they update those drive-through car washers, right? So you never know what angle those high-pressure washers are coming at. You just never know. And so you want to hand wash it. I mean, just like anything, if you're going to spend the money to have a nice paint job or have a nice wrap, you want to take care of it. So with wraps, we always just recommend hand washing it. I mean, just you don't have to do it. Obviously, you do it once a week, once every couple of weeks or whatever. But you're not going to hurt it by washing it. Hand washing it.
What about rain? Like is it like
acid rain?
Car, yeah, you're driving the vehicle during the rain, because obviously say you wrap a car or a truck, whatever, they want to be able to use this vehicle regardless if it's a nice day or not.
Sure.
If it's going through some kind of elements of snow, like we're in the Northeast.
Yeah. Is
that durable enough that it can hold up?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you have, as long as when you look at installers, make sure you do your homework whenever like any other business. There are guys who make this their passion, make this their business, and they're fully invested in it. But then there's the guys who are here for a couple of years and then they go find something else to do. So you want to make sure you get some good recommendations. On our Orafol Vehicle Wraps website, we've got a full list of installers there that people can go to and check that out. And all those guys are really reputable. But
and what's the website again?
OrafolVehicleWraps.com. Or you know what? OrafolRestyling.com is easier to remember, and it all goes to the same place. So OrafolRestyling.com. Nice. So you go there. Find a good installer. If you got a good installer, they're going to make sure those edges are sealed down well. That around the door jambs, around the bumpers, all that kind of stuff seal well. So regular, I mean, it's meant to be a daily driver for sure. But when you go to wash it, you just want to take a little. Don't put a pressure washer on it or anything like that.
So for these new guys that are getting into the business, that they do have a passion, but they don't know, what products to use, or are you coming out with any kind of like schools or seminars, or do you do that? Like, when's the next one?
Absolutely. So we've got some coming up West Coast here pretty soon. I think there's one down in Florida coming up in May, and then we've got some coming up. I think they really kick off on the West Coast May, June, July, or in that time frame.
And how do you find those, and where do they usually have those? In a local shop that you guys
we call them our Orafol Professional Wrapping Academy. It's a 2-day class. I mean, they're invaluable. I mean, I tell anybody, and not just our training, our other competitors out there, they put on some reputable classes too. I don't want to downplay what their contribution is as well to the industry from an education standpoint. But so if you're getting into it, get the training. It's going to take, I mean, if you consider this material, retail cost, buying a roll could cost you upwards of $1,200, right? Mm-hmm. So some of these classes you can take for $600 or $700.
Right.
So if you go
invest in your craft, fellas.
Right.
Go buy if you go buy a roll and try it yourself, you just may have ruined a $1,200 roll of material and you didn't learn anything. So go spend 2 days. Invest $600, $700, $800. Use $1,000. You're still going to save that money.
Right.
But no, we're pretty excited about another class. We have a certification class coming up. We're going to kick that off. Probably do our first one in end of May, and then kind of launch it everywhere. But the ones we currently do are through our resellers, our authorized distributors for Orafol products, and they can be anywhere. They're all over the country. Just our distributors come and they sign up for them, and then we take a turnkey class, and they get them signed up and do it that way. But these other classes will probably be more, probably published more on our website. All the classes will be, so to answer that question, OrafolRestyling.com again. All of our classes get populated there. Yeah, they all go straight to there.
I think we need to get into that. We need to get that into BOCES, man, where we can get like Orafol and Unique to actually.
Well, we want to do one here for sure.
We want to get one in New York, so we're gonna have to get that going.
So do you recommend, I mean, obviously the classes are, I'm sure they're amazing. Mm-hmm. Would you recommend for someone who's maybe even been in the business for a little bit longer and never actually taken a class from a manufacturer? Because I know a lot of the materials are different.
Yeah.
So maybe if you've wrapped with another product before and you've never wrapped with Orafol, maybe it might be a great opportunity to go and learn that specific product.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point, especially on the restyling, the solid color wrap side of things, for specifically for the restyling side. A customer's going to walk in your door, if you're providing these wraps, and you're not just going to have our color cards there. You're going to have our competitors' color. You may have 5 of them up there. Well, your customer's making the decision. Your customer's going to go, I want that color, and it may not be ours. So you better know how to be able to use that film to wrap that car and be comfortable with it. So yeah, I would say as many of those classes of manufacturers that you can take, it can only help you down the road, because the more you can understand how this adhesive works versus the conformability of that one, and what's the difference in how we manufacture these films and how one reacts versus the others. Yeah, it's absolutely. But I've had people come who've been wrapping cars for 10 years, self-taught, do a pretty good job, come take our class just to go, you know what, I was doing it right. I've been, I learned enough, by doing and talking and everything else. I'm doing it right, but it was worth the investment to find that out.
It was a little bit of reassurance.
That seamless tape, that's very important, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the knifeless stuff. Yeah,
that was a game changer, right? In the industry,
it really
when
was.
That came out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what really sets a lot of these guys apart. I mean, it's the installation.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer. So I gotta ask. So you go to some of these seminars. Is it just male driven, or do you see any females and girls, actually wrapping vehicles? Because that one must be I wonder. I mean, that's something that they can do.
Well, you know where the big kind of sea change for that in our industry was. So if you look at commercial sign and graphics industry, that's where we're from, right? I mean, that's where we grew up, providing products to that industry. But when you got in this restyling thing, that's a male dominated industry. Not that it's not changing, but historically a male dominated. But once we got into the restyling, yeah, I mean, there are women who kind of dove in and said, you know what, I don't care about the printing and the cutting and the weeding and the taping and all that. Man, I love cars and I want to get into it and learn it. We've got
wrap those panels.
And some of the best out there are women for sure.
You know what I think that I've seen from, we've had the great fortune to work with a number of different installers. We have some of the best here. But I think to me the thing that defines the whole group as opposed to any other group or whatever is really passionate attention to detail and being very patient.
Oh my gosh.
I look at them and I'm like, I don't even know how you're doing this right now. Like just the amount of time that they have to spend on a certain panel or wrapping a fin or
man, if you just think about certain body segments, whenever you've got 3 different contours coming into one, and whenever they get down to it, and there's like this just jumble of mess, and you're like,
how is that going to turn into something?
You're like, you're never going to fix that. You're never going to make that work. And then they, they heat it up and they
pull it.
Do you like that sound effect?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was very good. Jimmy, come on. When are you going to get the engineer with the claps and are we going to get that?
We're going to get it. We're going to get it.
I mean, we want to get that.
We got a lot going on right now.
We got to get the claps and stuff.
Yeah, the claps.
Come on, baby. I mean, you got
where's the live audience?
You want someone to clap for you? I'll clap for you.
No, it's fairly for Craig. But what I'm saying is you got these 2 nice monitors. You got these 2 nice monitors. We want to see you doing some work with this.
There's enough. I don't know. There's enough buttons on there.
There's got to be some clapping in there. They're like, hey.
Watch this. If you want that, there's gonna have to be another monitor here. And
there you go.
That's all right. It's gonna cover you.
Yeah.
He needs. What he's saying? He needs more money.
No, we were all tapped out on that. But
that sounds good. But no, it's So if you're getting, on the education side of things, it's just like anything else. You can't invest in. That's your absolute best investment is education. Always, whenever you're doing.
I'm a firm believer of that, and it's also hands-on in the shop. Always more experience and working on more different vehicles will get you better. But also obviously the education and the seminars,
absolutely,
and the schooling,
and working with someone who's worked on a number of different vehicles.
Key.
If you're working with someone that only does a specific segment, that's great because you'll learn that really quick. But someone that does a multitude of different segments in the automotive industry, I think someone that does fleet work, someone that does buses, someone that does car. You're going to gain all that knowledge and really help yourself along with the class.
You got to get taught right though by the right person.
Absolutely.
Get taught by the wrong
that's what
person.
I was going to say. Our guy that teaches I got a gentleman named Wade Davis.
Wade is great. Big shout to Wade. He's really good. He hooked up the trailer down in Miami.
That's right. So Image Graphics down in Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, I guess I should say. He's been in the industry now probably over 30 years, but he started as a painter.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know, but he started in the paint industry, and
phenomenal shop too.
He did lots of fleet work. So he was one of he actually wrapped the first semi for HP. For a semi trailer, and they did it on material that you had no business putting on the side of a vehicle at the time because it was all you had. But they wanted to do it they were really doing it to promote a printer. It had nothing to do with the vehicle side of things. But give you an idea how far he goes back. But he understood paint, what you can what the dynamic is. Hey, you can't put a wrap on a paint job that just happened yesterday.
Right.
You got to give that 2 or 3 weeks to let it outgas. To let it cure and all those types of things before you try to put a wrap on it. So that type of guy who's been across the board and so in his shop now, he does boats, he does fleets, he does anything you think. He does airports, you name it, he does all that kind of stuff. So to have an instructor like that, he's
diverse. He does a lot of different things.
Yeah,
he's
to what
diverse.
You were saying.
He's reputable,
and he's got a great team.
Right,
he's always got a great team.
So we enjoy
what he's doing.
We enjoy having him do that. But we got to do one up here.
Yeah,
because we haven't had one up here forever.
So there you go.
Let's
we got to definitely do that.
Right before it gets too hot in summer times when we need to do it.
Yeah, let's do it in June. Don't you have? I think you have a show coming up too, right? In Orlando.
Yeah, next week. That's our big, for us, that's our biggest.
So tell everybody where to find you and all those restyles that out there. And they're in the business or they're trying to think about getting into business. Yep. Where do they find Orafol?
International Sign Association. They call it the ISA Expo. It's at Mandalay Bay next week. Starting next show dates are next Thursday through Saturday.
It's in Vegas this year, right?
It's in Vegas, yeah. So every year it typically goes back and forth between Vegas and Orlando. So next year it'll be back in Orlando, and then we'll go back to Vegas. And I think actually the following year it goes to Atlanta for a year. But anyway, so yeah, that's for the signs and graphics industry. It's our biggest, that's our biggest trade show of the year.
That's like your SEMA, right?
That's like that is like our SEMA.
I think there's a fire going on right now.
Can
you put that on there? I mean, some breaking news right now.
We were watching that earlier. So he's running the control. He's engineering.
Watch this. We're watching ESPN. It's really bad if they break into ESPN.
But no, so we're because obviously we're going to be showing the unique colors again. I think we actually, we talked about selling out of these colors. We're like
done.
No, I'm just saying there's none. I don't think there's still any to be had. We've already gone through 2 or 3 production runs, and we still don't have any.
Oh man, we got to get.
Should we stop telling people to order it?
No. But that's why
I didn't think so.
That's why you don't. That's why you don't have any.
I know. We don't even have any of our own colors.
I know.
But if anyone's interested, if you saw the wraps at SEMA, if you saw them on the website, go to willcastro.com. Click on the Orafol link. Fill out the little card there. Orafol will send you out a sample card, so you can, if you haven't seen the colors in person, you get a nice little sample of it. And if you're interested, go ahead and contact your.
There?
Yeah, we'll give it right there. You go, right there.
Look at there. Nice. It's better look at this in my face.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah,
but they'll send you out that nice card, and then you call up your reseller and.
That's it.
Order some product.
You can find those. Yeah, you can find those you can find those in 2 locations. You can find that on OrafolAmericas.com. That's our corporate site, and then Orafol Restyling. A lot of times people they get that somewhat confused. But we have those 2 spaces for a reason, obviously, because restyling community sometimes stands apart from that signs and graphics side of things. So. And we serve a bunch of, Orafol's a company. We serve multiple markets. We've got the reflectives, like for traffic and safety, your overhead sign sheeting, even like turnout gear for firemen's gear.
Right.
We service that market. Vehicle conspicuity, so all the chevrons you see on the back of the fire trucks and EMS vehicles, emergency apparatus, we service that market as well. So all the Orafol stuff kind of plays into that, and then this restyling we do a little bit different.
So if you're looking for anything to put on your vehicle as far as color change or safety or anything,
absolutely,
you should be looking at Orafol.
If it's sticky, we have it.
Nice.
That's it.
Very good.
If it's sticky, pretty much we have it. We got a lot of sticky stuff.
Well, Craig,
awesome.
Thank you for coming down.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it for sure.
So we have Ricky Bones wandering the floor of the New York Auto Show 2017. I believe, Rick, you're at Dodge right now?
I'm here at the 2017 New York Auto Show with Dale Jewett of Dodge, and we want to talk about the Demon. This car, before we came to the auto show, me and all the guys at the shop were geeking out the most about the Dodge Demon, and now that I'm here in the flesh and seeing it, it really is something else. Just to start off, what are some of the specs behind this beast?
So, Ricky, it's interesting. I mean, the SRT Challenger Demon really is the ultimate expression of what a Dodge Challenger is all about. This is a car that's meant to go fast, one purpose. I mean, dragging is what people like to do. So under the hood of the SRT Demon, you'll find a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine. When it's running at its maximum configuration, which includes a high-performance engine controller and 100-plus unleaded octane fuel that you can get at various drag, we're making 840 horsepower and 770 pounds-feet of torque from this car. So that gives it a certified, an NHRA certified quarter-mile time of 9.65 seconds at 140 miles per hour. It's the world's fastest production car in the quarter mile.
And how long has it been in development for?
So the team, there's a small team within SRT. This idea, they've been working on it for the last 3 years. Pretty much, once the Hellcat Challenger and the Hellcat Charger made their appearance, the thought within the team was, okay, what can we do next? How can we push ourselves more? And the result is the SRT Demon.
Now, like I said, we were talking about the auto show and kind of which manufacturers we were going to visit and focus on. It was the Demon was on the top of the list.
Okay.
Now, as far as pre-orders, as far as the demand behind this car right now, what are you guys seeing with the demand for the Dodge Demon?
Well, this isn't the kind of car that we said, oh, there's a ton of demand for out there. This is a car that said, this represents who we are. This is a new halo for the Dodge brand, and it's really what Dodge is all about. It's about attitude. It's about power. It's about pushing yourself to do what some people would consider impossible. So when we announced the car, we've told people that there will be 3,000 copies built for the U.S. market and an additional 300 copies built for the Canadian market. But right now, this is a single model year run of the car.
Do you think there's been a throwback to the old design of, not even, I just went by the Trans Am before, and Dodge, I think, has done a very good job over the years of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But do you think there's been kind of a reversion to the old style of body design with the muscle cars or the power cars?
From a Dodge standpoint, I think heritage design has always been very important to Dodge. I mean, you look across the spectrum of Dodges, and there's touches of heritage that have been throughout the line for a very long time. The guys who work in the Dodge studio, heritage is really important to them, and they immerse themselves in it all the time and drink it in. And the other brands within FCA also certainly take a look at it. Heritage is also important at the Jeep brand, for example. So we love our heritage, and we embrace it, and we think that's part of the appeal of today's vehicles is we pay attention to what's come before them.
Well, I appreciate the time. I know that you're busy running around, and this car is beautiful. You guys have done a terrific job. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Now, this is one of the ones that we're really excited about. Ricky is over with the people at Trans Am looking at the new Smokey and the Bandit edition.
Ricky Bones here from the 2017 New York International Auto Show, and I'm standing in front of a new Trans Am that this thing has been detailed by Maestro. You fly out from, you said Houston to Tallahassee, and you're the official detailer for the Trans Am.
For the Trans Am, I own and we operate. We started the Bandit detailing team, and we travel with the car and detail it for the shows.
So the Trans Am that we're standing in front of now, I mean, this thing is, what is that, electric blue?
It is incredible. It is there is a specific factory color for it, and it escapes me at this point, but they're very there's prisms within the paint, and that metallic just shimmers. So in some edges, if you look at the rear quarter panel, it's almost a purplish dark blue. At night, it looks very dark blue, and then of course in daylight, it has these shimmers of bright blue all over it.
Now, you mentioned something with Burt Reynolds. Is there a special promotion going on with Burt Reynolds as far as these new cars?
So yes, that's the Bandit edition. These are hand-signed by Burt Reynolds. There's 77 of these cars in the world. This model's nearly sold out. I think there's about 3 left. This happens to be number 23, which I showed you on the dash. And the number 23 is throughout the vehicle. On the dashboard is Burt Reynolds' signature. Towards the far end, you'll see it on the black piece right above the air conditioning system.
And I haven't seen Smokey and the Bandit in forever. The Trans Am was the car that he drove in Smokey and the Bandit?
It was the car, and that car, the movie made the car, and now we are making that car. This is our interpretation of what the new Trans Am should look like.
And it's been on hiatus for a while, correct?
Yes, Trans Am worldwide. Todd Warmack is the owner, and he owns the rights to the Trans Am name. So these are his ideas of what the Trans Am should look like, and he owns the rights to that.
This thing is an Adonis. I mean, if this were a human being, it would be Schwarzenegger. What are some of the specs behind this car?
So this car, this is the Bandit edition. There are 77 of these, so this is number 23. The specs on this is pretty amazing because these started as stage 1, which is about $70,000, and then the stage 5 can go up to $175,000. This is right in the middle. This is a stage 3. This has about 7 1/4 horsepower. And what's so interesting is all these cars share almost nearly the torque as well. So this has about 7,705 torque, which makes for a very enjoyable ride.
Have you had the honor or pleasure of testing one of these bad boys out?
I actually have. We have a Stage 5 at the factory, and I drove that down to Palm Beach. We took it to Detail Fest, and we actually had a couple shows. We were at Palm Beach, Amelia Island, and we went to Detail Fest, and I believe that's Palm Beach as well. And that was an amazing trip. I put about 1,300 miles on the Stage 5 car, and it was absolutely amazing.
Well, Maestro, appreciate it. Is there anywhere with social media, Instagram, website, where people can see your work or contact you if they want you to do any detailing for them?
Oh, sure. Handwax.net is our website. HANDWAX.net is our website. And we travel all over. And we try and shine the vehicles up to their best possible potential.
I mean, you could take a baby's diaper to this bad boy. It's amazing work, immaculate. I appreciate all the time, and best of luck, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Special guest is here. He's pretty familiar with Unique, and he is back. It's great to have him back, and want to welcome.
Hello. Great to be
introduce
back.
Introduce yourself.
Remy from Unique.
That's it.
Team Unique.
How does that feel?
2017.
How's that feel to say that again? Like to say.
Feels natural. Feels like it always did. You know. Feels,
yeah.
Proud of it.
That's good.
Proud to wear the badge again.
That's awesome.
And ready to kick ass.
Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. Got kids walking here. All right.
I curse a lot.
No cursing. Yeah, no cursing. Got kids walking by. So let's get right to this. What has been I know that we've built so many cars together. So what I want to say is probably what's one of your top 3 cars that you think was a big staple that you was part of with Unique, that you took a lot of pride, that you said, you know what, we built that?
I'm going to say the Tony Stewart project was number 1.
The Smoke Hurts, okay.
Yep. And then the Nissan Armada, the Echoes.
Okay, yep.
Bougie was just talking about.
Yep.
And then the third one, I'm going to say Eminem's Suburban.
Eminem Suburban, yep.
That was the first car you trusted me on, like on a full build, system front to back, and then we got to deliver them together. That was like a big staple for me at Unique.
Yes.
Doing that.
Okay, so those are your top 3.
Top 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eminem,
yeah.
Mark Echo, and Tony Stewart.
Big names, those are big
jobs.
3 big jobs.
3 big jobs. Okay.
3 monumental jobs. I feel like that stood out there.
See, now mines are a little different.
All right. What are yours?
I think that my first one, I don't have them in order.
Okay.
But my first one probably would be Eric Sherman's 300 Mercedes E back in the 80s.
Okay.
The one that I had to bring to the Apollo Theater, and that was monumental.
Right.
For the whole jump off of Unique. Then the second one I would say would probably be I would say Busta Rhymes Peppermint Lamborghini. That took a global stance for the whole Unique movement, because everyone in the world got to see that.
Now, I didn't bring Buster up because I feel like he's a whole chapter in himself as far as how many cars we did. So that wasn't one car. We did.
I said,
15.
I asked you.
Hold on,
I didn't ask. I said, give me your 3 top. I'm giving you. Let me finish.
Top projects.
Let me say my third. Okay.
Okay.
So again, Eric Sherman's Mercedes Benz that I had to rag it out, do a Lorenzo package. We did 18-inch Lorenzos. You know what I'm saying? And we did the wheels, the tires. Man, at that time we were doing a Targa audio system.
Yeah. That
thing was crazy. We had the Benzie boxes. I mean, we're going way back.
Yeah, it's
rag top, Lorenzo kit, SEC grill. I know, like, my old school cats know what I'm talking about.
There he is.
Yeah, they know exactly. We don't want to. We'll bring the history back. EPMD, one of the dual rap group to go first gold with Russell. So that was big for Unique. Then the next one I would say is Buster's Lamborghini.
Okay.
When that got on the scene, That was on MTV Cribs. That was worldwide.
Yes.
Everybody got to see our skills. And then we had the Bumblebee Hummer. Then the third one would probably be the third one would be that's tough. I don't want to leave anybody
I know
out.
there's so many. It's hard to narrow it down.
There's thousands. But I gotta say LeBron.
That's a big one too.
LeBron James.
Yeah,
I think when we did his Ferrari,
yeah,
that was pretty monumental too.
it's huge.
I mean, King. You know, he's the king.
He's a king.
Yeah, big ups to LeBron.
I still
And then
got the
we just-
Ferrari emblems from that. I
Yeah,
got to
we-
save those.
And we just got done with Russell. I think he's gonna get the MVP.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
nice. All right.
We just finished doing Russell's, whip. So
I mean, all our projects we do are monumental. I feel like they're all like big names, someone that's in like the spotlight. It's never like, I feel like when the car pulls in like that actual person is like on top of their game at that moment. I feel
yeah,
like that's
it just
happened a
works
lot.
out that way
Yeah.
sometimes. I mean, even with Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just we're just blessed like that. But I really thinking about is more the car itself.
right.
You know what I'm saying? More than because the names are pretty hard to do.
Yeah,
We stopped actually putting names on the website
yeah.
because it became too many. I think at that time it wasn't the website; it was just a flyer.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
couldn't make
Yeah, you should list them all.
the fonts would be too small at that point. But it was a great thing. But we just got done with a nice Challenger
Right.
with one of our Orafol colors, the Red Imperial Red, and obviously Orafol's a very big supporter of Unique, as well as Harman.
Yep. Is this on?
So special thanks to them for allowing us to do what we do and also to support We Unique Radio.
Absolutely.
And to be at this New York Auto Show in 2017 with this vehicle, this wide body special edition that Topo and Team Unique and NEBR collaborated on was real special. We didn't get to do an audio system on this one. The reason why, just didn't have enough time, or we would have had you touch it.
It's never enough time.
Never enough
Never.
time.
We needed longer
It's always
clock,
a New York
longer
minute.
hours.
Yes, it's always a New York minute at Unique. But what was the most stressful
Stressful.
job that?
Does it sound low? Does it sound low?
Yeah, let's talk right here.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Is it low?
Well, yeah, Medina's on it.
All right. Technical difficulty. Hello? That's better?
Yeah, you're better right there.
All right.
So what is the most stressful job that you ever did? Because I know I throw a bunch at you at one time, but just which is the most stressful?
Pamela Anderson Love Stream.
Pamela Anderson. You walked out on that one.
Listen, I did not walk out on that, so I'm
You
here
didn't get to finish that.
No.
No.
Well, I'm gonna clear that story up right now.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so
I want to hear this.
Fifth.
Look at that.
Yeah,
he did
on
walk
TV
out,
I
didn't he?
did.
No.
They didn't show the real part of that though.
Listen to me.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
not
yeah.
go there. Listen to me.
No. Let me
He walked
finish.
out-
Let me finish. Nah,
But
I'll
the-
tell you the story
what's your name,
if
sir?
he lets me talk.
What's your name? Elvin. All right. Well, listen. He heard you.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen,
So can
he
I
watched
talk
the
or not?
show.
See, he's cutting me off. I can't
I'm not
going to
cut you off. You definitely
okay.
walked out on the job. Go ahead.
Okay. So there was 15 guys on the project.
Yep.
All right. So there was
2 teams.
2 teams, and it was Valentine's Day.
Wow. That's a big day.
Yes. Everybody had their girlfriends and boyfriends and their wives and stuff here.
Yeah.
And my
Okay,
girlfriend
I tell you,
at the
don't ever
time-
make
my-
a point. Don't
yeah.
make reservations till after 10 o'clock.
Okay, so actually, hold on. So Valentine's Day, when everybody left, I actually stayed and worked, and I said and then when my girlfriend comes on the weekend, which was the finishing day,
Right.
it was my turn to leave.
The finishing day.
Yeah, I did my part. It was done. And
No,
team
you're
knew
the
what
leader. You're supposed to finish
No, they knew what
everybody's part.
We talked about it. It was discussed that they didn't show. And I looked like the bad guy, and
No.
I did a lot of work on that, and I didn't get the credit I deserved on that.
No,
for
listen to
leading
me.
that whole
Shop
thing.
manager means
Right.
first one in, last one out.
Well, I had a Valentine's Day plan that
I
everybody
don't care
spoke
about that.
That's all right. I'm not with her anymore anyway, so that's
You think
over.
Our clients ain't worried about. Listen to me.
She should have.
Listen
If
to me.
she was a good
If
girl,
you
she
would've-
would have.
Listen to me.
They're hard to find.
Listen to me. Valentine's Day, you could have had a great Valentine's if you'd have went to actually Santa Monica to drop off the Airstream with Pamela Anderson.
Did it turn out excellent at the end of the day?
It was a great Valentine's.
It was great. I bet it was.
It was a great one.
Right.
She had a big party. She goes,
had a big
"Whoa,
party.
She had the playmates.
It turned out great. I wasn't there for the couch being put in that Boujou did, and there was something else, but everything else was done.
Yeah, you listen, you contribute to that.
Contributed.
You did a lot.
Yeah.
You did a lot on that.
You asked for the most stressful. See, it was still going back and forth, but it's still stress on me.
Boujou, come out here, Boujou.
Your mic is way louder than mine. I have to talk like this.
You gotta be like Buster.
You're all the way over here.
Can you get her over?
Hello. Hello.
Where's our engineer?
Look.
Where's Jimmy, our engineer?
He's like so far away from it and it's loud. Like I have to sit up on it like this and talk.
No, mine's just fine.
Mine's not. Look, can you hear me?
See, Rebby's always complaining.
Well, look how low it is.
He's even complaining if his mic is low.
I'm moving my neck. It's too high. Hello? Can you hear me? All right, is that
Why
better?
don't you move the chair, get comfortable. Where's Jimmy at? Can you text him, tell him to come over here? We need him.
I'm good.
So, all right. So that was was that your most stressful one, the Pamela Anderson?
You're asking me. I got to think about years worth of work. Let me see.
All right, give me another one.
Stressful. Everything's stressful.
Everything's stressful.
Everything's stressful.
All right, so
let me think about that for a minute. I'll get back to you on that one.
All right, so I'm gonna have another question for you that everybody always wants to ask. How? I'm a mean boss.
You hear that?
You see,
he's pushing.
I can't turn you off right now.
He's not mean. He pushes you to your. He gets every ounce he can out of you. He pushes you to get your best, to get your best out of you.
I'm like Parcells.
Give me. He does. He brings out the best. That's why we're a good team. Not saying we're always smiling, but.
Listen, there's about 365 days a year. Listen,
oh, here we go with that one. That's a good one. Now. Not every day is going to be a good one. I already know he's going to end it.
200 days is going to be rough.
200.
And I'm going to be a happy 165. Oh, man. There you go.
The JBL bus was stressful 2 days ago. Let's go to current.
All right, so let's go. Let's go to the current. So are you excited to be back with the team? And
I'm excited to be back. Excited, yep.
It's going to be a lot of work.
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
It's good. You going to give me enough time to work on it?
Very happy.
He's good.
Yeah? You happy? All right, well, that's good. I'm hoping that I'm going to be happy. But I think that, Rem, you've definitely put a lot of work and a lot of years in the movement, you know, and it's great to have you back. I know it's been a while.
I appreciate it.
But, I think that I spoke with the whole team, and, it was a collaboration, and everybody's really happy that you're back, and I think that's important.
It is very important.
I don't
Without
think it
that, I
should
wouldn't,
be, I don't think it should just be, just my decision.
No.
It should be everyone's decision to be happy, and everybody's really genuine about it as well.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
We know it's going to be a lot of stressful days.
Of course.
I mean, that shit comes with the territory. Yeah. Building cars, and now the cars they come with electronics, the computers. Like, it makes it harder now.
Absolutely. The industry itself is just tough, and then the work on top of it, and a lot of things customers don't realize. I mean, fans and stuff, is that customers want their cars. They don't want it to just sit.
No.
They're paying money. They want that car back.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's a fine line. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you that's our motto. Keep it simple, keep it unique. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep the car at the shop because they want to enjoy the car. So at the end of the day, you want them driving their car so they can enjoy it and tell their friend, listen, go to Unique to get your car done so we can build another one.
And you have unique customers. I mean, they're traveling, they're sports, music. They're not always around to drive their car, so that when they're home, they want their toys. So
yeah, I mean, we made special deliveries. Yeah, we made special deliveries on Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. I mean, well, they look at it like that. A lot of our clients, when you really think about it, you have the baseball players. They play on 4th of July.
Right.
Our musicians and artists, they perform on every New Year's.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Basketball, they play on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they performing on holidays, And then NFL, they play on Thanksgiving.
Right.
So there's really no excuses. They're not going to look at us like, oh, we got a holiday. They're like, we want our car.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I know.
They're not worried about no holidays.
Yeah. So the stress goes on you, and then it comes on us. We got to get it done.
Yeah.
It's team play.
That's it.
You know? And
then you got, obviously, this car here, the Corvette Z06 Y-body. I mean, they, the Federal Law Officers Association and, law enforcement, they work on days, on holidays as well.
All the time.
To protect us.
They do.
So, I mean, it's a great cause.
Yeah, it's definitely come back, here as a good, start off in a good cause. They have a whole bunch of sponsors involved, and to just see all the fans come up and, be part of it, raffle off, win a chance to win it.
Yeah.
I only got to wash it, so that was cool. But
that's cool.
Yeah,
And now you're going to be able to contribute now.
Now contributing a little bit.
Yeah. I got some stuff in store for you season 3, trust me.
Great.
We're lining up some real nice projects.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to shock the world, but it's going to be hard. We've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we will. We got a great team.
Yes, we did.
And it's great to have you back.
I've learned a lot of new tricks to add to the flavor of the Team Unique.
That's nice.
So we can bring some new flavor in there.
That's good.
And that's it.
You work with the mobile solution stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I want to see if we can update some of that stuff, too.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get another extra kits on there. But everyone, thank you for coming here. But we still need
we need some
come
raffles.
In.
Yeah,
we need some
raffles.
We want to give out some more shirts.
Yeah. Where are they
but
at?
we got to get some raffles, right?
It's $25
Henry, how
to
we
win this
doing with the
beautiful car.
raffles? Henry,
I got to find out.
Henry, how we doing with the raffles? How we doing?
Overall total, we're at 26.25.
Oh, we got to go. We're a little late.
We're light. $25. You have a chance to win this beautiful car behind you.
I think
drive away in it. $25.
Damn, Brian messed me up on that.
All right, I think we're going to throw it back over to Ricky Bones, who is at BMW. Ricky, what do you got going on over there, buddy?
Ricky Bones here at the 2017 New York Auto Show at the Jacob Javits Center in New York, and I'm here with Rebecca Kine. I didn't want to butcher your name, to talk about the new line of BMWs that they're ushering out here at the Auto Show. So we're standing in front of this beautiful BMW. What color is that? Is it like an eggshell white?
Alpine white.
Alpine white. Okay, so tell me about this car.
So what we're looking at is the 540i xDrive, and we just launched the 5 Series. This is the all-new 2017 BMW 5 Series, and to your left and right, we also have the 530e iPerformance and the M550, which is the two bookends, the one that's the performance car and the other one that is the plug-in hybrid. So looking at the 5 Series, as you just said, it looks obviously gorgeous. We have, the first thing that kind of catches your eye is the active kidney grills. And what that does is they open and close depending on how much heat or air the engine needs. Great for traffic, great for New York City, especially as we are in New York City right now. And then obviously the adaptive LED lights that also come to light that gives the fascia of the car a really nice face. If you walk around the car, there's a few other things you see, such as the Hofmeister kink that's now made out of one piece. You also look at the trunk. You can fit 4 golf bags into the trunk, which is very, very exciting, as I've heard from my fellow golf fans. And then the real excitement to me personally is in the inside of the car. It's the technology. And we've talked so much about where we're trying to go with our technology, what we want to do, and how the driver is not only the consumer these days, but also the person interacting in different ways. So you have to gear whatever technology you're creating to the different mindsets, to the different favors that people have. So if you jump into that car, the first thing you do is obviously adjust the seat, right? So adjusting the seat now, it will actually pop up on the iDrive 6 screen what you're doing. So you're not only just trying to figure out which button you're pushing, you see what you're doing.
Wow.
And that's the first thing that kind of catches your eye. Then obviously you have the iDrive, which BMW is famous for. You can engage with the car via iDrive, but you can also move your hand towards the screen and touch the screen and manipulate the system that way. And for those people who actually love interacting with the car verbally, natural voice recognition. And this time you don't have to actually trigger a British accent anymore. The car will understand dialects, which is fantastic.
Thank God for that.
Especially for people who have an accent like me. So also when you jump in the car, obviously gesture control is one of the great things that we love to play around with. There's 6 different ways of interacting with the car with the gesture. The easiest way, putting your elbow on the center console and moving your hands forwards under these sensors, and either wiggle your finger right for volume up, wiggle it left for volume down. There's one programmable feature, which is the 2 fingers forward. There's a list of options you can pick from to choose. Most people either turn the screen off with that option or the different radio channel, which is great. Or you can also, by 3D surround view, you can manipulate the camera angle. And our internal joke is you can hear and see your rims being scratched using that option. So there's a lot of different engaging, obviously also accepting a phone call. It's another one. And you can turn it off. If you're, New Yorker that loves to gesture with their hands while driving, or, the other people.
Oh, like, us New Yorkers very well, apparently.
I do live here too.
Yeah, there you go.
You can turn it off, but I will say it makes your life easier. Going from a car that does have gesture control, that triggered down from the 7 Series now into the Core 5, it does make your life easier, and it's also a lot of fun. It gives you something else to do while you drive and engage with the car. And all that technology that's in the 5 also trigger to our 530e Performance, which is our plug-in hybrid, and the M550, which is our M Performance vehicle, which is currently the fastest 5 Series that we have right now and faster than the current M5.
Wow. And I'm looking at the rear view mirrors in the bottom of the front with the grille. What is that, Kevlar?
Those are our M Performance parts. And I will get you an expert to talk about the M Performance parts, but it's just like a nice little icing on the top when you look at the design.
Wow. And these are going to be available right now if I want to go to the BMW outlet and get one?
Yeah, you can go to the dealership today, pick one up, and make sure you check out the 540i models because they come with a display key. Yes. And the exciting part of display key, especially as you said, you're a New Yorker or a driver in New York City, is you remote control parking. Those small, teeny tiny spaces where you make everyone get out of the car so you can maneuver the car into the spot and not damage other cars or your own. You can also get out and then use the display key, which is optional, but you can move the display key and then maneuver the car into that tight spot without actually being in the car.
Oh my God. That right there is probably the one thing that sticks out to me because I am notoriously bad at parallel parking, so that technology right there just completely jumps out at me. Now, if people want to see more about the innovations, about the cars, and all the amazing technology that you just mentioned, where could they go? BMW.com, Instagram, or what are some of the ways that fans of the automotive industry can see these amazing cars and all the technology that they hold?
I'm glad you asked. Obviously, on our consumer website, bmwusa.com, we have the car that you can build your own, but we also have more information, including videos. Then there's also a press website, which is BMW USA News, which has videos of our experts actually showcasing our technology. It's always nice to see the people that put their brain power behind those technologies talk about the exciting things that they've accomplished.
Well, it's amazing. BMW never ceases to amaze me, making our lives easier with all these incredible innovations. Again, I appreciate all the time, and thanks again.
Let's go back out to the floor of the 2017 New York International Auto Show. I believe Ricky is at the Porsche booth now. Ricky, are you there?
Ricky Bones here at the New York Auto Show with Dave Edelman. Dave, you just gave me your title, but I do not want to butcher it because it's very intricate and complex, so you can just say it now.
It is spokesperson for motorsports and brand heritage for Porsche Cars North America.
Well, first off, the Porsche that we're standing in front of is the 911 Turbo S. Now, I was just talking to a lovely young lady before who says that this is a special edition Porsche. Can you tell me a little bit about this car?
Absolutely. So the S is always the next step up from pretty much whatever we do. Macan S, Turbo S. The Panamera that's over to our right a little bit is a Panamera Turbo SE hybrid. So the S is still very prominent in the name. And it's basically the ultimate version of whatever we're looking at. So in this case, it's a 911 Turbo. You get more power. You do different turbos to, let's say, for performance as well as reliability sake when you're getting that much more power out of the engine. So it's just everything one-upped. Bigger brakes.
What car that you've rolled out for the 2017 Auto Show are you personally the most excited for? Because what I've seen is the hybrid cars are what a lot of people are talking about. I'm looking at this lava orange 911 over here. Is there one car that particularly your taste, or just the fact that there's been a buzz around that you are excited to bring out here?
Well, there's two. So the Panamera SE hybrid that I mentioned, the Turbo S, and then the GT3. It's kind of hard to overlook a GT3. And when we come out with a new one, new engine, more horsepower, new aerodynamics, it's a much different car than even last year's. And now we can get it with the stick shift, which for last generation was PDK only. Now you have a choice. You get a PDK or the manual 6-speed transmission. And if I had to gravitate towards one, it would be that.
And what are some of the specs behind that as far as the engine?
Naturally aspirated, flat 6, 4-liter, 500 horsepower. So it's The fact that it's naturally aspirated still, when everything else for our side has been pretty much gone to turbocharging in the 911 line, makes it remains different, as well as closely tied to our motorsports line, because the engine that's in that car is the same engine that's in our GT3 Cup cars, as well as our 911 GT3R and our 911 RSR race cars that run at IMSA and the World Endurance Challenge.
That 911 over there, I believe one of the ladies I was speaking to before says it's lava orange. Is that a new color that's been unveiled? Because I've never seen a car of that color.
Yes, so about 2 years ago we came out with that color, lava orange, on the new 911s. And it's a little different. The 911 GT3 is guards red, so you can take a look. In this light, it's a little difficult because this light is this light. But it's, auto show light is never good. But yeah, you can see the difference. It's definitely more orange than the GT3 next to it.
If fans that don't have the luxury of being at the 2017 auto show want to check out the 911 Turbo S or any of the lovely Porsches, the hybrid that you just talked about before, where do they need to go?
Very easy. Porsche.com/USA.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So we are back on Unique Radio here at the New York International Auto Show of 2017. I'm with my good friend Brian Kaminskey. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here, Will.
So I see we have the wide-body Corvette, and you had a lot to do with this, and I would love for you to tell us everything about this.
Well, thanks again for having me, and it's an honor to be here with the 2016 wide-body Corvette that I donated to the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association, and it was just a great project. It was an idea that I had when FLEOA put me on the board a couple of years ago. Kind of wanted to come up with different ways of raising money for this great organization, and along with our opportunity with Unique Rides and NEBR, I thought this would be a great project to bring awareness and also to raise money for this great cause.
I gotta say, a lot of people have been coming by, and I know that yesterday we definitely sold a lot of raffles. We have people coming up, and there's a lot of law officers coming through and enforcement, and it's really been a great support. I mean, us at Team Unique, we're really proud and really excited to be part of this opportunity for a great cause. And as you can see behind us, we have this wide-body electric blue with the wheels and the nice interior that the whole team put together, and Jay and Topo and the whole team. I mean, everybody really put a big part into this.
Well, I got to say, NEBR working with Unique, this was a special experience. Doing a full wide-body kit, cutting up a brand new 2016 Z06 it took a lot of nerve to put the first grinder into the quarter panel of this car. Z06, as you know, dollar for dollar, is one of the best American sports cars there is, and it really represents America. And we really wanted to do something that was, in conjunction with the police department, what they do for our country, and putting their lives on the line every day. We thought that American muscle, painting it electric blue, putting a nice stance and wide body on it. You went did your unique thing with the interior, which came out unbelievable. All pleated with the headrest, has that honorable badge in it. Give a lot of credit to your guys as much as my guys, Jay, Lou, and all the guys at the shop just did an amazing job.
Yes, I mean, I remember there was a lot of long hours. I mean, probably the priceless moment was when we was in the shop in DP, and we go into the shop, and you see this guy from L.A., Topo.
Yeah.
Yep. My man Topo, he comes in, and he starts just wailing and cutting up your car.
Yeah.
I know that. I saw your face. It was priceless. I was like, wow. Topo's going in without no measurements, and he's done a million of them. So yeah. I knew that he was going to be able to pull it off. That's why he was on this project with us, and he's a very good friend of mine. And
I'm not sure what made me more nervous, when Dopo started the car or when he left and left the rest of it up to Jay.
Yeah, Dopo, I know. He actually was like, hey, I'm good. I cut it all up. We put the panels on. Hey, Jay, listen, all you got to do is just throw a little Bondo on it, and you're good to go.
Okay.
There was a lot more work after that.
But he obviously had a lot of confidence in Jay, and, they working together, it came out unbelievable. And when Jay started laying down a primer on his car, we knew it was game over. We knew we had something really special here, and to donate it to the federal law enforcement, all the proceeds are going to go. We hope to raise over $200,000 for the organization.
Where are we at right now?
We're at about 160,000 right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got this show, and then we're going to bring it to Boston for a 5/11 event, and then Police Week, of course, and that starts in the second week of May. May 14th, the raffle will be drawn. So we're hoping to give
it's
it
in
away.
May, right? In D.C.
Yeah, it's in D.C. May 14th will be the last ticket drawn, and then at 12 o'clock that night we'll pick the ticket for the lucky winner and donate a lot of money to these great causes. Half of the money is going to FLEOA. The other half of the money goes to the National Law Enforcement Officers Association, and that's to build the museum, the police museum in Washington, D.C., along with the wall. So, and it's an interactive museum that's opening, very soon. It's going to be it's a great thing. It's an honorable thing for all the cops to show what they do, to show, putting their lives on the line, helping out their families. FLEOA has done amazing things with giving scholarships to children that lost their parents in the line of duty. They help out with, anything with attorneys or even 9/11 victims. We're still dealing with that today.
Yes.
So it's a great organization, and I'm honored to be able to give back to it. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors as well. Total Protection, Suffolk Transportation, Joe Vitigliano, orthodontist on Long Island, helped us out a lot. Merrill Lynch, Kempley donated the paint. PPG. Tommy Coppa, and of course one of our main sponsors, 511, who helped us out on the West Coast.
11 Tactical. We was in Vegas, right at one of their grand openings over there, right in Vegas at that show.
Yeah, that's right. We did our 10-hour stint in Vegas, in and out. I think I had a race the next day.
Yeah, I remember you had a race the next day, and I remember checking, and we went into the I think it was the area or something like that. I'm like, oh man, we got in the area. We put the bags. I put the bags down. And I see this bed, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get back here, and I'm going to have a nice sleep. And it was a long day and a long night.
We didn't need a hotel room, did we?
No, we didn't.
I think I flew in. We did our grand opening, and then I was off to Homestead for a race. I was in the car the next morning. So,
and I wanted to talk to you about how long you've been part of this organization.
I've been part of the organization for about 3 years now, and I do a lot with St. Jude's and Kids for Kids. And we've done a tremendous amount of fundraising for Kids for Kids. We do our event every year in Brooklyn, our Family Fun Day. And John Batone and Bobby Hotalon got me involved with FLEOA because they saw the great things we were doing for Kids in St. Jude's. And I really taken a liking to what these guys were doing. And it was important with all the bad news you see and the rap they were getting last year, how we got to looking at police officers like they were doing something wrong every day. We just needed a real good story about police officers in this country, and we wanted police officers to know how much we appreciate them, and the things that they do day in and day out. They don't ask, they don't ask your name, they don't ask your color, they don't ask your creed when they have an emergency or you have an emergency.
That's
They're
right.
just there instantly to help out whoever needs help at that time. So, it was a good feel-good story, and I'm really glad that we're able to give back to these heroes.
Thank you for for us to be part of this is a big thing. But just imagine this car right here pulling you over.
Yeah, well, we got the light package on it.
Look at that
so.
thing. Yeah, it's got the lights on it. I mean, this thing is all done up. The interior, the exterior, the wheels, the tires. I mean, this thing is amazing. I mean, this is going to be a great car. I mean, if you could score this car for $25,
we had a guy.
I know you guys got to pull up and get some raffles here. I mean, the guys are right here. C. Henry. I mean, we got you get a chance to win this beautiful car. 2016 Corvette Z06 wide body, and it's a great cause.
Henry and Mike have done a great job selling tickets. They've been here doing the long, hard hours, and yesterday was funny. We had a guy come up to us yesterday, dead serious, asked us if this was the new Border Patrol vehicle.
Wow.
No, he was that serious. He wanted to know if this was to chase people at the border.
Wow. that would be nice in the desert.
Henry's been fielding some interesting questions over the last couple days.
I know. He told me there was a couple strange ones. But I got to tell you, this is probably the best deal you're going to get at this auto show. But listen to me, this is $25. I think everyone paid to get in about $18 to $20 to get in here. So for an extra $5, you're actually going to be able to win this car. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
And it's a donation, so it's 100% of the money goes back to these two organizations. So if you don't win the car, you got a donation, and you did something good today. So it's I encourage people to come up and buy some tickets. May 14th, we're going to pull a winner, and hopefully it's somebody from this show. So.
Absolutely. And so tell me, let's talk about some cars. What's your first car you got?
My first car was a 66 Fastback Mustang that my neighbor had given me in some rough shape.
That's what usually happens. They give you always something that they don't want to use, or it's beat up.
He was going through a divorce, and he had to get rid of the car, so he actually wound up giving it to me. And I started restoring the car at 13 years old with my dad, and we put that car, it was a 289 Fastback with pony interior. And by the time I was 16, 17 years old, the car was ready, and we won our first show up at Bald Hill with that car. Yeah, so, customizing cars has been in my blood since I'm a kid. Had my Matchbox cars. My kids are all car guys. I've raised cars, customized cars, and, used to watch your show back in the day, Unique Whips.
Yeah.
So,
we both started out as detailers.
That's right.
You've just definitely... are very successful, and definitely I see the passion that you have for cars. I gotta say, I got to be around you a long time now, and I got to see, like, we've moved this car about maybe 20 times till you got the right angle. People don't realize that. You moved it about maybe, and then you say, well, last night, I did rearrange the booth again.
Well, you bring up a good point. We started as detailers, and we still go back to that, even at NEBR. It's all about the details. We do major refurbs on MTA vehicles, and for major cities, we do complete overhauls and work on hybrid buses and things like that. And I tell my guys all the time, you could do a $200,000, $300,000 refurb. If the taillight don't work, we can't bring it back. It can't go in service. So it's all about the details. It's about, from the ground up. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget, the bus or the car, whatever we're working on, has to go back, and it's got to go into service. It's got to be spotless. It's got to be clean. Women and children, our families are on these vehicles, and it's just got to be right. So.
Yeah, I know that you pay a very important detail. I mean, your facility out in Long Island is amazing. You can eat off the floors. I mean, just everything. The way you put everything together, you put it with love. I definitely, I'm the same way. And so tell me right now, what is your favorite car?
Favorite car that I drive, or favorite car at the show?
We're going to get to the show, but what's your favorite car that you drive?
I'm partial to my race cars. I drive for Ferrari, so we drive with the Challenge Series, and driving that car is my passion. It's something that you just can't explain until you do. So the focus, the mental, as much as the physical challenge, and it's challenging. Trust me. It's called the Challenge Series for a reason, but the racing is my passion, and I love it. So
that's basically the Ferrari racing the car.
Yeah.
I mean, you showed me some photos the other day. I mean, that's amazing on that track. It does look like that movie. So I gotta say, have you walked the floor? What is one of your favorite vehicles right now that you've seen? Have you been in? What has caught your eye here at the car show?
I'm a little partial to the car behind me. But
I know you don't want to let that thing go. I mean,
yeah,
it's a super hot car, and I know that you have a lot of passion for the car behind us. I know that, and
Upstairs, I like a lot of the new technology. I always like the hybrid stuff. I love the electric stuff. I like where they're going with it. Although the Demon is unbelievable, fastest production car made, and the unveiling was crazy at the pier. But that's pretty cool. It's dynamic. It's out there. It's just a beast. So that was cool to see. I like.
You're more about speed.
I'm all about the speed, It's funny because on the street I drive real nice, I'm driving one of your Jeeps now, so I'm kind of taking it easy, I got the kids now, so on the street I'm behaving myself. So I don't really like the muscle cars or the exotics on the streets, But I'm still partial to my old cars. I have the Mustang, the Chevelles, and all the cars that I built. I build them for customers, but I wound up keeping a lot of these things, so it's
Yeah, and what you built, I know that if you build it for a customer, you want to keep it. I already know that you don't want to give it back. I think you did something like that for one of the Yankees, and you were like, "Listen, I'm not gonna give you this car. I'm gonna keep it."
But, my son took a liking to that one, so. My accountants tell me all the time the custom car business we don't do so well, and I got to start selling these things. We'll leave that to you, Will.
Oh man,
but it's a passion. So when you're putting your soul and your passion into a canvas and a work of art, it is hard to give it up at the end of the day. So
yeah, that is true. And definitely the show is amazing. Tell me a little bit about yesterday. How was it here yesterday?
Yesterday, we had a great turnout for Good Friday. There must have been 20, 30 people deep here. We actually didn't have enough iPads to sell tickets. It was that busy. Wow. We got a real good response. We had a lot of the law enforcement guys here yesterday, and they gave us some great support. It's just a good feel-good story, and there's a big buzz around this booth, and it's great to see.
It's a great cause, and we're just glad, like I said, to be part of this, and the opportunity to be part of NEBR and also the FLEOA people, that this organization.
It's been a great relationship, Will, and I want to thank you and Team Unique for your what you guys have put into this and your dedication, and you've definitely did your thing too, touring this thing around the country, and we appreciate your support and your flair, and the TV show was awesome. To be on the show, and people can still go to YouTube, I guess, right? And check out the show. The whole
Velocity
episode.
Go. You could the app is free. You just download it on Velocity Go. You could see this vehicle behind us here is the wide body Corvette. You can actually see this show on Unique Rides on Velocity. And it's also, you can just download the app, Velocity Go, and see it. This thing is amazing. The build, a lot of guys put a lot of hard work into this, and it's on a great episode. Also a great friend of mine, Fat Joe, that he showcased his Range Rover. And, everybody's been very supportive of this project behind this, the wide body Corvette.
Absolutely. You can also go to customcorvette.org to buy tickets. You don't have to just buy them here. It's very easy to go to their website. You can go to the FLEOA website as well. And buy tickets there. So, like I said, $25 get you about a $200,000 car.
Yeah, I wish I could buy a ticket, but I know I can't.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good, Will.
No,
I think you've done enough for the organization. So.
That's it. Oh man, thank you for being here and us being part of the thing. And
thank you, Will. Thank you and Team Unique. I'm looking to do some more projects with you guys in the future. So, let's see what we can do for this organization, and thank you very much.
No, thank you.
This segment of Unique Radio is powered by the legendary brands of Harman International, including JBL, AKG, and Soundcraft. Connected car, connected services, lifestyle audio, or professional solutions, the brands of Harman International have you covered. Visit them on the web at harman.com. HARMAN.com. All right, welcome back to Unique Radio. We're here at the 2017 New York International Auto Show. I'm here with Henry from FLEOA.
From FLEOA. You almost had it right.
I almost had it right. Say it one more time.
FLEOA, Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association.
I just like saying that. I like saying the whole thing out, number one, because I can never remember the acronym, but number two, it just sounds really cool.
Oh, it does. It's a mouthful of repeating over and over again, though.
It is. So... Henry, how long have you been with the organization?
I've been with the organization basically my entire career. I've been a federal agent for 6 years. So since I was in the academy, I joined up then.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about the organization and what they do.
So what the FLEOA Foundation does is they are a non-for-profit 501c3. They're a tax-exempt organization, and they raise money for the families of fallen law enforcement officers.
I think it's a great cause, especially with the current climate that's going on in this country right now. One of the reasons that we got involved with this organization is because we wanted to stand up for law enforcement and show our support for the men and women who really keep our country safe. You guys are the front line in keeping the citizens of this country safe. Specifically, I heard this: the money's going to be split between the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association and the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund.
Correct.
Which is going to do what?
So the money that's going to FLEOA, that's going to be used directly to benefit the families of fallen officers. And for example, if an officer is killed in the line of duty, that'll go to pay for funeral expenses, medical expenses. There's a scholarship fund. We give out scholarships to the families of fallen officers. The National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, which is in Washington, D.C., is a memorial to commemorate the officers who made the ultimate sacrifice and died in the line of duty. The names of every single state, local, county, and federal officer that's died in the line of duty is engraved in a beautiful memorial down there. And unfortunately, every year during National Police Week, which is the week of May 9th to the 14th, they add more names on there. So that goes also to help fund that memorial, because that's completely funded with donations. Also, recently, about the last year, across the street from the memorial, they're actually building a police museum. It's basically just to commemorate the history of policing in the United States. And the first police department was here in New York City. And it's kind of modeled under the policing in London. Right. So it's kind of commemorate the history of policing.
That sounds great. Now, to me, what's really exciting is the museum that's being built to kind of bring awareness to where your profession started and what it's evolved into now. I think it's a great education piece because I think for the most part, in my opinion personally, I think most of the country is behind law enforcement. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we see with the things going on right now. On the media, unfortunately, the media
has some bad coverage of law enforcement.
Exactly, and they kind of hype the minority feeling of people in this country, and I think for the most part, people support law enforcement. But I think for the most part, people don't really have contact with law enforcement until they're in a really, they always say that, police officers see people really at their worst times. Very rarely do people get to see law enforcement in a time where it's just a conversation or so. Would you recommend people just talking to law enforcement officers?
Most definitely. I mean, the police are the eyes. They're there every day. They need the citizens to be the eyes and ears of the community, because obviously, the police. There's in the United States. There's probably between all law enforcement, between local, state, and federal, probably about 1 million officers. How many citizens are in the United States? 300 million.
Right.
There's a lot more citizens than there are police officers. So we need their help to do our job.
Right.
Citizens know what's going on. They can call us for information. But yeah, you should definitely go and talk to, you see a cop on the street, say hi to them, say, hey, thank you for your service, I appreciate it. Because, sometimes cops, they're out there every day, night and day, they're going in the worst neighborhood, dealing with the worst kind of people.
Right.
So, we need to support our society.
Right. And I also feel like, too, there's kind of a stigma maybe that's, again, perpetuated by the media, that it's like an us versus them mentality. When for the most part, I feel like law enforcement officers are really, they're open, they're honest, they're busy. But if you approach them and, say, thank you for your service, we really appreciate it, that kind of opens up a dialogue and gets people really involved in what's going on in the community.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I mean, me personally, I don't wear a uniform. I wear plain clothes. So no one can identify who I am. But I talk to someone and I tell them who I am. Somebody will say, hey, listen, I appreciate your service. Thank you. That's something I hear very much because of the job that I do. So I appreciate that a lot. And, everyone in law enforcement, the community should recognize and say, listen, thank you. We appreciate your service. And that goes a long way.
So let's talk about this Corvette a little bit here.
It's a nice car, man.
It is a nice car. What did you think when you first saw it?
I mean, when I saw the emails first come out about it, and I was at the debut of this car when the car was actually debuted. It's an amazing car. I mean, the fact that guy, I think his name's Topo, right?
Right.
He cut it into the actual quarter panel of the car with a grinder. There's no lines. I was like, really? Like I use a grinder at home to work around my house. I'm like drawing all these lines, the schematics and all that. I'm like, wow. This guy was just doing it just amazing. It's an amazing car.
So again, this car is being raffled off. It's a $25 donation.
Correct.
4 for $100. You also get a T-shirt. 5 for $100. I'm sorry, 5 for $100. You get a T-shirt to commemorate your donation here. And again, all the money is going to the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association and the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund to help those who lost their lives in the line of duty. And come down, check it out. If you're not in the New York City area and you can't make it to the New York Auto Show, this will be at one other event. I believe this year it's going to be at a 511 event.
In Boston, yes.
In Boston. Go check it out. But if you can't make it to that, go to the website customcorvette.org. You can also donate there and enter the raffle to win this 2016 Corvette Z06. Thank you, Henry, very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
I appreciate your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Ricky, I think you're over at the Ford booth now. What's it looking like over there?
Ricky Bones here at the 2017 New York Auto Show at the Jacob Javits Center with Omar O'Day of Ford. And Omar, your title SUV Marketing Manager. So what are some of the new cars that you're really excited about here that you rolled out to the New York Auto Show?
So the biggest one is obviously we're showing the all-new 2018 Ford Explorer. An update from the 16 Explorer, all new front end and rear end, and we brought in the new 4G LTE modem, Wi-Fi hotspot, and our Sync Connect technology, where you can kind of connect your app to the Ford Pass and kind of do a lot of stuff with your vehicle. We also have on display a lot of other new vehicles that we've shown in other shows, like the 2018 Expedition, which is all new, aluminum bodied, steel frame Expedition, our smartest, most capable, most adaptable Expedition ever. I mean, along with that, we have the EcoSport, the all-new small mini utility that's launching in 2018, and that's smaller than our Ford Escape, which has been very successful, and we expect the EcoSport to be just as successful.
And what kind of engines are you putting in these cars?
Many of them EcoBoost. Many people that know our vehicles know that Ford was one of the first to do turbocharging technology. And you look at the Expedition, only comes with a 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. It's got over 350 horsepower, but it's got that EcoBoost technology, which gives you power and fuel economy at the same time. And the Explorer, also EcoBoost engine, and the EcoSport, also an EcoBoost engine as an option.
When Ford's developing these cars, from what you've seen from the 2016, 2015 models, what was something that you knew that your consumers, that the people that bought Fords were looking for that you had to accommodate?
So the biggest things that we knew is customers wanted vehicles to be adaptable, configurations of seating and stuff like that. That's what we see in the new Expedition, like a tilt and fold second row seats, flat fold third row seats. The other thing is technology. Technology is key to consumers. So integration of the 4G modems, the Sync Connect, where now your vehicle is effortlessly integrated into your phone, similar to many people that have Nests in their vehicles, where in their homes, where they can control their air conditioning when they're away. Same thing here. You can start your vehicle, remote start it. You can do location services and find out where your vehicle is, as well as lock and unlock, all from the push button of your smartphone.
And you're talking about, when you talk about the EcoBoost engine being economical, something that I find fascinating about the whole Wi-Fi 4G thing is that, people have satellite radio and they subscribe, and now with their smartphones, they can access podcasts, and it really gives them an opportunity to kind of tap into the new technology of media that's out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of it. I mean, it's about seamless integration into your life. What we're seeing with this, and this is just the beginning, is first step is, getting the modems in the vehicle so you can communicate with them. Step 2 is making sure that they work with the app. Step 3 is going to be working with your home. I mean, we've already started to show off Alexa. We've teamed up with Amazon Alexa, where you can start, communicating with your vehicle via the Alexa and Echo devices. And so, that's the next step. The next phase is that seamless integration with your vehicle, car, and obviously in the future, the autonomous aspect of it that we've already talked about here at Ford, which is, you'll be able in the future to, talking to your Alexa, tell your car to turn on, meet you somewhere, come wherever you want it, and it'll be there, or take you wherever you want it to take you. And that's that's kind of that final phase where fully autonomous vehicles, seamless integration, and this is just the beginning right now where we are.
I want to ask you one last question because you kind of sparked my imagination talking about autonomous cars, and I know that Google has experimented with self-driving cars. Do you think that it's not too far from the future that we could see some of your Ford SUVs be so autonomous where, say, you're somewhere and your car could not even need a valet, could literally come to you by utilizing Alexa and that, the smart car technology?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the things we've just recently said is that by 2026, we'll have fully autonomous vehicles available. So that's a big thing at Ford. We have one of the largest level 4 autonomous fleet of vehicles, which is the most autonomous level. And, we've been recently recognized as autonomous leaders. So to your question, absolutely. I mean, that's what we're working towards. And by 2026, you will see something in that nature where the vehicle will just come, pick you up, and take you where you want to go.
Well, I'll tell you, the future is now, and I'm so excited to see what you guys at Ford are doing. I'm assuming Ford.com to find out anything about the EcoBoost or the new line of cars and SUVs that you're bringing out.
Yeah, just check out Ford.com, and you'll see everything on the new Explorer, Expedition, as well as a lot of articles and information on our autonomous technology.
There you go. Thank you, Omar.
Thank you.